Everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over our 2021 financial goals. It's that time of year where everyone starts thinking about New Year's resolutions, their goals for the upcoming year. It's a fresh start. What I like about goal setting is it's not so much that you always achieve every single one of your goals, but you do have that apple. And I think there's a saying, it goes something like, shoot for the moon and, at least you'll reach the stars or something like that. Basically saying it is, at least if you're pursuing something and you're after it and you're intentional, and you're tracking your progress on that. If you even give, 50, 85% of your effort, you're going to really make some huge gains. So we set family goals, we set financial goals, we sit down as a family and do vision boards. We are those people. What's going to be new about this year's goals is I just read this really great book called The 12-Week Year by Brian P. Moran, and I'm going to link that down below. What I love about the book is that it breaks down your overall 12-month goals down into 12-week sprints. And what I like about that is that it doesn't put the goal off into, some long distance future. It's 3 months. So you're piecing down your goals and you're almost reverse engineering and deciding, okay, this is what I'm going to do to get to that big goal in the next 3 months. And then the following 3 months, you decide again, what are the tactics that you're going to use to get to your goal. So that's how we're going to be doing it. Each one of the worksheets that you're going to see on the screen are worksheets that you can get in our Etsy shop as well. So go ahead and check those out. If you're new here, I am Wendy, and I am one half of the House of Five podcast. We are so glad you're here. We're all about helping moms and dads on the road to financial independence save more, spend less, build wealth, dump debt, and do it all while living a joy-filled life. So again, let's go ahead and let's first bring up the screen. All right, so here we have my 2021 financial goal planner. We'll have a separate goal planner for our overall goals for different areas of our life. This one is going to be specifically for our finances. And can you hear my dog with his new squeaky toy he got for Christmas? He's such a spaz. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to list down our audacious goals. So these are our big goals, goals that whether they're a year out, 3 years out, maybe even 10 years or more, we're going to write these down so that we can keep them in the forefront of our mind and we can add them into our planners. So I'm just going to write down a few here just for an example. So the one thing that we really want to do is build emergency fund to $15,000. So again, this is going to be finances. All of these are going to be finances in this sheet. And the personal goal, you're going to have different areas, but we'll talk about that later. I would like to accomplish this in 1 year. And over here you have the check mark to indicate that you have completed that. I also want to save up to take my family on a cruise. And there are 8 of us. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Finances. And I think that that's going to take a little while to do. I've priced it, and unless we can get it all with rewards points and such, it's going to be about $15,000 to $20,000. So that's going to be more of like a 3-year goal. We want to save $37,000 in Kurt's retirement accounts. That's going to bring the total balance up to $140,000. And we want to do this by the end of this year. We also are stepping up our investing. This is our after-tax investing accounts. I want to get that at $5,000. That's also a 1-year goal. And I want to fund Wendy's, my IRA, $6K by the end of this year. Then we want to have, for this year, I think we want to get our passive income up. That's for this year. And then total passive income to 7K. That's a 5-year goal. That will be when Kurt reaches his retirement age. So that kind of gives you an idea. I've got other ones, but for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and move along. So this is something that you would keep in your planner binder, and you'll check them off as you go. So what we're going to be focusing on this year is, I think the most pressing for us is emergency fund to 15K. And then the second is save 37K in Kurt's retirement. Investing 5K. Wendy IRA 6K. And passive / business 3K. All right, the other thing that I've put in here is a word of the year. I really like this, focusing on one word at a time for the year. And just pick a word that helps you to grow, or maybe it's something that you want to work on. One year I did gratitude. Last year it was commitment, and I think this year my word is going to be intention or intentional. Now this next one is, and I'm only going to do one. I think one will be enough for an example. This is in here to help you just really connect with what your goal is and your why. Our overriding why for our financial goals are our children. And for us, it's we want financial independence, and we want to leave generational wealth to our children. So this I'm going to put as passive income. Okay. So the reason that we want to achieve that and eventually get it up to 7,000 is because when we reach that amount, we will be financially independent. My husband will not have to work if he does not want to, and we can do whatever we want and leave everything else that we have saved and invested to our children. All right, so what are the ways that specific tactics, and we're talking about tactics, dreams without action are wishes, and so it makes no sense to create a goal without also really thinking about the specific steps that you can take to reach those goals. So part of creating my passive income is to get all 5 units rented with good tenants, so that we can get that passive income consistent. I also need to get income from business. I want the income from the business to make at least $2,000 a month consistently. You would fill out one of these for each one of your goals, just so that you are in tune with that. So this right here, this is a really good example. So this really is more of a goal. So what are the tactics that I can do that? I need to consistently upload videos 2 times a week and post 1 blog a week. So actually 2 blogs a week. So I'm going to hire out half. I've got a writer on Fiverr that I'm working with. One of the other things that I want to do to help with the House of Fi business is I've not been really happy with the lighting, so I needed to create better space to record. Always about improving here. Okay, so that gives you a really good example. So just be careful about what you're putting in here and realize whether that's actually a goal versus tactics. You want specific actions that you can take to reach your goal, because that's going to help you when we get to our next. So what this one is this is the specific breaking down your 12-week sprints. So for the next 12 weeks, our period is going to be from 1/1/21 to 3/31/21. So this is passive income, business income. So in the next 12 weeks for the passive income goal, we're going to create the space in the office with better lighting. And I'm going to say we're going to do this in 1 week. So this is going to be on our weekly to-do list this week. Upload 2 videos a week. So in 3 months, we will have done 24 videos total. And then post 2 articles a week. That's going to be 24 total, and I'm going to hire out 12. So this one is going to be weekly, and this one's going to be weekly, and then the hiring out once a month. I give him an assignment every month. All right, so that gives you an example. So if my next goal was increase Kurt's retirement, I'm going to need to get the paperwork, submit it, new amount, and we're going to increase by, and I haven't worked out the exact dollar amount, but the paperwork I can get in 1 week. The new amount I could get in 1 week, and I could do that in 1 week. All right. And then the other one that's super important to get a start on is our emergency fund to $15,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to do all cash flow from rentals to emergency fund account. That will help quite a bit. We're also going to increase savings in the budget. And then, so this is going to happen monthly. This is going to happen monthly. And let's see. I need to review all auto withdrawals and shop new insurance, because this, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks for this
just because I know I don't want to do it. And I'm going to do this one this week because it's the end of the month. So we are getting close to our time to do our budget for the next month. Actually, it's right around the corner. So that is how you would break it down for your 3-week sprints. As you could see, this first week I got quite a bit that I'm going to have to put on my to-do list. However, some of these are one and done, so as soon as they're done, they're done. And then really the thing that I'll be focusing on every single week is these right here. Make sense? All right, and so what I've included here is it's a weekly to-do list. I kept mine very, very, very simple. I am one to write to-do lists, and so what I did here is I left this blank so that you can time block it however you want to time block it. So for me, every day from like 9 to 2, it's kids' school. So during that time, I can't do a whole lot, but I can do things that I can do on the phone or do on the computer. So I can check off some things while I'm doing it, doing their school, and that would be every day. The other thing I think is really important is including a top 3, and these are your must-dos for the day. So this is in there too for you, and what's good is that you can print out as many of these as you want, hole punch them, and put them in your binder. So there you have it. That is how we'll be mapping out our financial goals for 2021.
Well, everybody, I hope that you found this process helpful and that they help you in setting out your goals for this year. I hope what you've seen is that, it is really great to have big, audacious goals and even plan out in the future 3 years, 10 years, etc. But for this year, what you're going to be doing is taking those goals and breaking them down into chunks and figuring out the actual tactics that you can use, the actual action, the action steps that you can be taking every week, every day to put you closer to that goal, and you're seeing your rewards faster because you push that deadline into a more reasonable window. Please come back next week, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd love to lock arms with you on this financial independence journey. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.